Radio TV Film Department at San Diego City College. Here at City, we offer hands-on courses in all phases of radio production, both in front of the microphone and behind the scenes. We also have KSDS HD2, our own student-run radio station. It streams online around the world. The fall semester begins August 24th. Enroll right now by visiting sdccd.edu. Questions? Contact us at info@jazz88.org.
You're tuned to the New Jazz Thing. My name is Vince Outlaw. Saxophonist Arun Luthra has been doing his thing with the Konnakol Jazz Project for a while, and it's making its way to the West Coast now in 2015. He's just kicking off a tour of California that includes 2 Southern California dates, 2 Northern California dates, and he's playing with some of San Diego's best in Danny Green for the SoCal dates. So, and he just jumped off a plane and is stopped in at Jazz 88 Studios. Arun, thanks for being with us tonight on the New Jazz Thing.
Well, thank you, Vince. It's great to be back on your show after all these years. Really looking forward to talking to you.
All right. So here, say hello again to.
Hey, everybody.
There we go.
Thanks for having me, Vince. Great to be back.
Great. Okay. Yeah. So great to be back. Arun was with us on the New Jazz Thing back in 2003.
Was it that long ago?
Back in, I believe, 2003 when
lifetime ago.
When your disc Tangibility came out, and
Yeah.
you were doing some dates here in San Diego. So we have a little bit of history, and it's great to have you back here in town. So tell us where you're going to be here in San Diego.
So I've got a couple of Southern California dates, as you mentioned. My date in San Diego is this Thursday, August 13th, at Dizzy's, and we hit at 8 p.m., and I'm thrilled to be playing with the brilliant Danny Green and his trio with Justin Grinnell and Julianne Contel. And I'm really looking forward to hitting for the San Diego folks.
So, how have you worked with Danny and his band to prepare for this?
Well, I feel like it's kind of one of those matches that only could have happened in the 21st century. We're really it's like internet dating for jazz bands. Mm-hmm. So we hooked up online via Facebook, social media. Then we connected in person in New York when Danny came out for the Jazz Connect conference.
Right.
And then I came out here, and we played a couple of duo things, one on campus at University UCSD, and then he came out to New York to make his record just maybe a month or 2 ago.
Right.
So I'm really excited about that, and we did a hit out in New York. So we just really developed a musical rapport, and it's been really, really great.
So the thing that you're working on here on this tour is music of the Konnakol Jazz Project. Explain to folks a little bit about what Konnakol is,
yeah,
and how it fits into this into the idea of a jazz project.
Yeah, well, Konnakol is a discipline or an art form that comes from South Indian classical music. And it's something that a lot of people have heard before. They just don't know what it's called. And it's how Indian classical musicians, especially from the South, recite rhythms using syllables. So you could liken it to like Indian classical music beatboxing in a way. I'm of Indian descent on my father's side, and I grew up with my father's Indian classical music collection. He listened to music a lot, and that was one aspect of the music that really fascinated me from the youngest age. Mm-hmm. And I was always just so intrigued by the rhythms. I love the sound of Konnakol, and I really wanted to, first of all, learn it and learn how to perform it, and also then start incorporating that into the jazz music that I play. So that's really where this all comes from. And
is there a mastery level of Konnakol that I guess in some classical musics you're a master or somewhere in between? Is there that kind of thing with Konnakol?
Absolutely, yes. The reigning Grandmaster of Konnakol right now is a gentleman named Subhash Chandran, who spends most of his time in India, but also spends time in the Pacific Northwest. I've been very lucky to spend time with him and study with him. I've also studied with some other teachers in India. And absolutely, it's in the South Indian classical tradition. It's an instrument in and to itself. Mm. So, you learn from a master, and you develop just like you would on any other instrument.
So, is this going to be a big challenge for Danny? Have you introduced him and his band to this style of music or this way of playing? whatever Konnakol is.
Yeah, well, it's always very interesting because, of course, you know, we're merging two traditions, but I'm principally coming at it from a jazz aesthetic. So that means a sense of swing, of groove, of all those kinds of things that really come from the Afrocentric rhythmic tradition, and then layering the Konnakol on top of that with that jazz feeling. So from a rhythmic point of view, even though the rhythms can be a little bit unusual, maybe not what you typically play in, let's say, more of a bebop situation, the feeling of it, the groove of it, is very jazz-centric. Where it gets tricky is, you know, my melodic and harmonic imagination is fairly modern, you know, so just some unusually, you know, winding melodies and intervallic things and all that just, you know, take some time to get under your fingers, and I can imagine, you know, any new composer, you know, just introducing music to a band, it just takes a while to get it under your fingers.
Excellent. So this is part of a California tour. 2 dates. Kind of want to summarize what you're trying to do with the dates here in Southern California and in Northern California.
Well, the main purpose of for any musician is just to get the music out to the people. You know, you want to have a chance to play for people, hear what they have to say, and there's no greater feeling. I mean, you know, just to be able to play. I played with my New York band not too long ago. We had gigs in New York and in Pennsylvania, and just the audience reactions are just so gratifying, and it just gives you so much pleasure and joy, you know, to just play for people, playing with my fellow musicians. So that's, of course, the main thing. And then, you know, it's about really developing the concept, solidifying it, and, you know, my plan is to put out a studio record, you know, with my New York band in the not-too-distant future. So that's really where things are going.
Excellent. Well, remind folks of where you're going to be here in San Diego and some specifics about that.
Yeah, for sure. So I will be at Dizzy's on Thursday, August 13th. The show's set for 8 p.m. And it'll be me on saxophone and Konnakol and playing my compositions. And I'll be my rhythm section will be the Danny Green Trio with Justin Grinnell and Julian Contelm. And we'll also be playing some of Danny's music in the sets as well. So combining the two.
And then where are the other dates? Since there's only 3 others, where are those going to be?
So then
and when?
We're actually tomorrow, Tuesday the 11th, we're playing at the Blue Whale in Los Angeles, also with Danny Green's trio. And then I head up north to Northern California for a couple of dates next week. I'll be at Doc's Lab in San Francisco on August 18th. And then the Sonoma Valley Jazz Society is presenting me at their concert series in Sonoma on August 21st.
And where can folks find out more about you and connect up with you and those kind of things?
Well, I'm doing all the social media and website stuff. My name's a little bit difficult to remember and to spell, but my website is easy. It's sweetsoulsound.com. So Sweet Soul Sound is my trademark, facebook.com/sweetsoulsound, twitter.com/sweetsoulsound. You can easily find me.
Excellent. Well, Arun, it's great to reconnect with you. Thank you so much for making the dash from the airport here to be with us, and for coming and bringing your music to San Diego and California.
Well, I was really glad to do it. You know, I wouldn't have missed this for anything.
Well, tell us then, we're going to close things here with music from disc Live in New York. Tell us about this recording.
So this is a recent performance of my New York band of the music of the Konnakol Jazz Project. We're going to hear a tune called Collective, and this I'm hoping will turn into a commercial release. And it features a wonderful piano player who's really making waves in New York now and actually around the world. His name is James Francis. The bassist is my longtime bass player Thompson Neeland, a really fantastic, brilliant musician. And my longtime drummer, Jordan Perlson, and in this case, we're joined by a very special guest artist, a young up-and-coming mridangam player from South India. Mridangam is the South Indian classical drum. His name is Akshay Anantapadmanabhan, and he joined us on this concert.
Excellent. Well, great to have you here, and thank you for bringing the music. Great to hear some new music, too, from you. So we need to get all your discs here so we can play them on the New Jazz Thing and get the music out.
Right on, Vince. Thank you so much.
Arun Luthra, he's in town playing this weekend. There's links to his website, and we'll make sure that there's links to the information about the San Diego date on the tour out on the blog post for the show tonight, and that's at jazz88.org/blog. From Konnakol Jazz Project, live in New York, this is Collective on the New Jazz Thing on San Diego's Jazz 88.3. There we go. Good.
Right.
Excellent. Okay, great. Fantastic.
done.
Oh, here we go. Bye.
Bye, everybody.